I hosted the first edition of my Game Jam series called Clash of Devs, and we get to see our first winner, Fremlick, win the 50k prize pool with his time runner game. Guess what? We are at it again, and our theme for this edition is one chance. Get ready for bigger stakes, bigger games, 4 participants with only one chance to win the 100k prize pool. Welcome to Clash of Devs. Let's see the whole process in which the game developers made their game. So after that, I will be hosting a live video call where my team and I will be voting for which game is the best based on the criteria we laid out from the beginning of the jam. Once the voting process is done and finalized on the call, the winner will be announced live, and then the money, which is the price, will be wired to the winner as soon as possible.
Hey guys, welcome to my game jam journey. Today is day one of Clash of Devs. The theme this time is one chance. Yeah, one chance. One chance is really very interesting. It got me thinking all day. So my plan is to make a game that you have only one chance to I was trying to think one chance, one life, maybe one tank of oxygen or something. So I just cooked up this idea of a wizard going in an underground world that needs oxygen. Well, that plan might change, but for now, that's what I'm going with. So basically, what I did today was mostly brainstorming, and then in the evening, I sat down to start decoding. I coded the basic player implementation, like that's the player movement and stuff. I just coded the player, the movements, and then I coded the basic level. I didn't work on the sprites and animations, and then I also worked on a basic timer that would serve as this timer basically is like the oxygen tank. So when the timer elapses, then the game is over. So basically, what I want to be done is that the player should be able to complete the level before the timer elapses, and the player should do it in one try. That means he gets only one chance for each level. So each level, if you can't do the level is gone. That's my plan for it. So guys, you guys should wish me luck because I think I have only one chance. Clash of Devs Day 2. Today I actually started off by looking for art for my game. I looked for sprite sheets and the wizard art. So immediately after I did that, I went straight into implementation. I coded the animation and stuff. I put the animation into the game to make sure that when the player is moving, the the walking animation will show, jumping will show, and other stuff. Then I also worked on the goal. That's the place in the game where once you reach that place in the level, it will tell the script or it will tell the game that okay, it should stop. It should stop the timer that you have successfully passed this level. And then the third thing I then added is the UI, like a basic UI just to show your yeah, to show your oxygen at the top of the game. So as the game is going, your oxygen will be decreasing like that. So that's what I did today. I then ran into this bug. Like initially, but the UI was just there in the game, like in the level you can pass it and come back. But I now wanted it to be in the user interface, like the main screen on your camera when you're moving. You get that player motion now. So I wanted it to be like that. So I now had to create a node for it. So when I now moved it to that node, I now encountered this bug. But it took me some time, but I fixed it. So that's basically what just happened for the first part of the year. Clash of Devs Day 3. So today really started off slow. I woke up not having motivation. I felt like my game was not keeping up to the theme, the one chance theme. I felt like it was just like a normal 2D platformer. So I was trying to think that what could I add to my game to make it stand out? Because if I want to win this, I have to make it stand out. I can't just make a normal 2D platformer. So when I was in class, I came up with this story. That you come to the slime world because you owe the slime king money. So he gives you this one chance to pay him back. And what you're meant to do is to go into the world and then you pick plants. So when you're picking plants for him, that's the fruits or whatever you choose to call it, but I call it plants in my game. So when you pick those plants for him, at the end of the game, after playing all those levels, he'll now check if you've picked enough plants to leave the world. So that's like your one chance to play it. And every level, you play the level once. If you fail, you still move to the next level, but you don't get those fruits. So what I did today, I created the slime that's his workers. Like those slime in the game, they're actually your friends. So they act like a trampoline. You can, when you bounce on them, they'll push you up like a trampoline, and then you can now move to higher platforms. I then worked on the fruit, that's the plants. It looks like a pumpkin, something like that. So the fruit, when you, it's like a node. When you enter into it, the area 2D, then it will delete itself and then it will add to the game. At the end of that level, if you can finish the level, then the plants will go into your like inventory, the number of plants that you have. If you can't finish the level, all those plants that you've picked in this level, it will it will delete them. So like that's just basically what I did today. Day 4, Clash of Devs, quick updates. So today I integrated the main menu and pause menu into the game. I also I implemented the core UI logic and other stuff. That's like the buttons. When you click play, it takes you to the first scene, and then when you quit, it will quit out of the game. And then I integrated the audio effects. So like jump, walk, and then picking up items. Those have sound to it now. The game actually feels much better, and I'm getting satisfied with it. Like I'm feeling happy with what I've done so far. I'm still working on it. Quick updates. What happened on D5? The actual summary. D5 started off smooth. I was coding, doing everything. It was going well. Then around 11, guy, NEPA decided to take light. In the evening, no light. My laptop was down. And D5 was meant to be the day that we submit the game before Abdul extended it to 2 days for 2 days. So I had to go out of my hall, my hostel. I went, I was looking for lights until I found this building. That's how I now did everything, completed it. After submitting the project, then I now saw the message from Abdul that they have extended the jam by 2 days. But at least I was able to do what I could do. I've actually submitted the project. So day 6, basically what I did is that I worked on the UI for the game. I added the intro to the game. That's when you open the game, you see Bolly Super Games. I just added that. That's the basic thing I did on that day. Day 7, I started with the loading screen. Then I also worked on the UI. I updated the UI. That's the font and everything. I drew out for the top, the oxygen bar, and then I updated it. I then updated the story, that's the tutorial and everything. Then I reduced the time for each level because when I was playing the game, I felt like I finished it too easily and I didn't fail many times. So I feel like for people to get that one chance logic, they need to fail to know how valuable that one chance is. If people just get the game in one try, they won't really understand it. So I had to reduce the time for each level so that it would be harder for everyone to play. I want to thank Abdul for this opportunity to participate in this game jam. I'm very happy and I really thank him for it. I look forward to coming back to this. Well, I don't know if I'll win or not, but I pray I win.
Hi, everyone. Um, yeah, I'm Tim, representing just for Clash of the Devs, I think. I'm mostly a gamer. I love to play games. I love to create games too as well. This is my first time entering this kind of competition, so NEPA always determines whether I work or not. So it makes this challenge really, really tough for me. All right, let's get to it. So the one we're working on is basically a car game. It's like a cyber truck, Elon Musk cyber truck. So I'm going to be using that cyber truck as a character. I'm going to be using playing the game. Like that's your main character. You fight against other vehicles too as well. Platform type shit. So let me just launch up Godot. Let's look for a cyber truck. So I'm gonna head up to cyber trucks to import one of the Cybertruck models into Blender. I want to import this into Godot. Then I had the idea to put um, a kind of levitation ability so that it will at least float, or it can float on the press of a button so I can avoid obstacles mid-air, so on and so forth. So I had this modification, yes, like I said, added wings, then added levitation particles so that to show that it's off the ground when press spacebar. Then also I went to Blender and I modeled the turret system. The concept is that this holds some kind of nuclear reactor type of contraption. Here holds it to release some particles. At least it minimizes when not in shoot mode, then expands when in shoot mode. The main bullet comes out from somewhere around here, fires at an angle towards the enemy. I had to set up the wheels, each wheels. It's quite a pain setting up those wheels because I can get one right, the other will be left wrong. I had to set up each wheel manually, make sure its suspension is right, make sure its friction is right. Now this tail light I use it for a reload system. Now this tail light, anytime you shoot one of those cannonballs or those projectiles, it indicates, instead of indicating by the side of your health bar, indicates on the body of the car. It goes from blue to red. So that's it for now. For day one, at least we have the player and the missile. At least that can walk around. So alright guys, this is day two. They just brought light. Hopefully we can get more stuff done. Today I'll be expecting to be working on the enemy vehicle. That's the vehicle which the player attacks and which interacts in the game. So that's to be more interactive. So I'm working on the enemy behavior, enemy AI, the design, the concept, and also things related to it. Let's get to work. Alright, day two. I plotted out today to actually to work on the enemy AI. Here's our enemy vehicle, the turrets. I specifically designed this on Blender. I designed it maybe something not too shabby like that to represent an enemy turret, and we plot that in here with a little bit of similar to the player. We did a little bit of wheel fixing, the steering, suspension, so I had to work like a vehicle too as well. Then added a nav agent along with series of recasts. We have the point at which the bullet comes out, fires the projectile to attack the player, the health bar, the sprites, the enemy health bar. Then I had to create explosion. This is where this is where the explosion happens. I don't know if I can one shot it. So I attach it to the contact body for the car for both parties so that you will know that one took damage, the other took damage too as well. So that's much of it on the car physics for day two. Oh my god. Ah, I don't know. I'm just an overthinker like this. Like, let me just give you a run through from day one to today. I was quite optimistic at day one, 9/10. Day two, optimism drained down. Day three, well, I'm optimistic. Let's just see how the day goes. Sha. Yes, I said I was not satisfied with the enemy missile just being a round ball. So I manually had to design the level in Godot using a bunch of static bodies so that so that the collision will work well, to collide the tires well, enemies tires to collide well. Yeah, while this loads, I took some sound effects either from Music or Pixabay. I got set of sound effects for the hitting, missile, crashing, dying, yada yada yada. I also took out time to work on the loading screen. Yes, this script is my loading screen. Maybe before I'll show you how it works, but it's my loading screen. It's not just plain like this, there are other features to it as we progress by continue button that will transfer it to the next scene that's been preloaded. So this is script for my loading scene using the resource reloader, load threaded resource, progress bar value, get the load status, and when it's fully loaded, the continue button appears. I took out time to download the collectibles, which are the keys for the game, what you're collecting in the game, as long as they are fighting enemies too as well. Then it's being collected and recorded under a auto load and into a global script where you can keep record of the number of keys. And after you have a certain number of keys, because you can't finish the game without having the minimum number of keys, which is I think 5. I may increase it depending on the complexity of the level, but I left at 5. So maybe in day 4 I'll show you the enemy particle, fire size, and the missile itself. Yeah. Day 4, so far so good. NEPA has been giving me back to back alongside with bugs, alongside with other crazy things too as well. NEPA is giving me backhand, bugs giving me front hand, other things. The challenge is it's excruciating, but what you have to do, you have to move forward. Now I have to download my exporter and so on and so forth so that well things can go smooth for me. So I said I would do the missiles. Well, yes, this is the prototype of what I used. And I had to reorient the direction of the missile. The fire even looks like something that can really burn. Like damn. I had to go and fix some bugs on the Cybertruck. I had to fix some bugs about the picking of the keys. It had an issue, so I had to redo a lot of things. I designed the crushing gears. Now the crushing gears, so the crushing gears, they're one of my obstacles in the game. So once you cross these, automatically you are dead. So this is where I integrated crushing gears. Yes, also reminds me later I'll add landmines to make things a little bit spicy. Yeah, that's just kind of it. So I'll just add those little features and the game should be a wrap.
Good morning, guys. My name is Uchi from Port Harcourt, and this is day one of the Dev Class 2.0. And today I've mapped out some things I'll be doing in today's tasks, like creating projects and doing some basic spawning of levels and stuff. So you can see it. So this is the plan for the game. So basically, I'm trying to make an international game for this jam. So at this point, I was trying to create a project, but I think for some reason my templates weren't loading, probably because it's been long I opened Unity. So I had to go look for assets. I was looking for a good environment so that I could use it for my game, so that will give it this look, and also looking for cars or roads, because like I said, it's an endless runner game, so I was looking for roads. So I finally saw a good house that could match the feel of my game, something I could go with. I love the land, like the high buildings and stuff, so it's something I would like. I got an aspect ratio because it's for a mobile game, so this wasn't going to cut it. So what I had to do was I had to build my game to mobile, and so by doing that I could get the aspect ratio that I actually desire. So guys, I dived on to start creating the spawning. Like I said on my tags, I had to spawn levels. So I dived on to start creating the spawning of blocks for the game, so that the player wouldn't run and fall off. This is how my game. This is how the scene looks like. At that end, you can see that that's the game. That's how the game is going to show if a player is playing it, but this is what I'm building. At this point I was actually debugging, so I had to okay, let's reduce it from 3 obstacles to 2, and we had to because all this has to make the game more harder and stuff. So I had to start debugging and see if there is a way that I could fix some issues that I was having with the character movement, so the building placement, because the buildings, some of them were entering into the roads, and skyscraper build doesn't have things like that. So this is me just trying to see what I'm building in real time and opening prefabs. So yeah, basically day 2 was just debugging and looking for ways to just solve some kind of issues that we're having, because as it spawns it gets closer to the final one. So I just basically spent the second day trying to fix these issues and stuff, and that's just it for day 2 though. Let's call it a day. Guys, my laptop actually died while I was working and while I was debugging the game, because I noticed some issues. There were some errors that I was having, not basically errors, but the player was moving too fast. So at this point I was trying to create some scripts, trying to find way I could I could solve the problem. Today is the day of the dev class jam, and today I'll be making some things. I'll be adding some functions to my game and stuff. So I hope you guys are tuned to see what I have to create.
Okay, guys, so that video you just saw now was me actually motivating myself to still get on day three. But on day three, bro, I gave up. I switched project. I had to change project. I had to change the kind of game I was making. So at this point, I just set up my scene, a different scene for a different game. So I had to switch the game at the time because I was confused. I've tried ChatGPT, tried everything I knew, but it wasn't just working, and there were some issues. Don't worry, I'll show you why I gave up. So guys, this was actually why I gave up, because I was trying to know what was the issue, because the car started tumbling and flying. Sorry, I couldn't video when the car was tumbling, but just imagine the car acting like this cube axis tumbling. But this one, it was just to tumble and just keep moving. So I was like, bro, I tried with the cube, nothing was working. Tried everything I knew, nothing was working. So I was like, come on, my dear, not kill yourself, bro. So at this point, I got tired and just hopped on this next scene because the jam was closing real fast. So I needed to create something good, something like some show, some good looking. So I hopped on let's say day four, and I created this scene that you can see here. Because I was working with time, I had to start the next project, and this was me making sure everything was getting to place. I was making sure everything was aligned. So so I had to start adding some colors to the game and to the, like, let's just call it the landscape, to what the player would move on. And yeah, please forgive the way my videos are. I'm not really good at making videos. I'm actually trying my best right here, and I appreciate your support for loving it. Thank you so much. So currently it was day four, and I think I'm actually late, but I just believe we could build something. So I just had to keep working and stuff. So I added some colors to my prefabs, and then I just hopped on and stay placing them, making sure they're aligning well. So as you see, yeah, that's why I said, as it just clips to where it was originally, like where you made it manually. So yeah, so these are a bunch of cars that are available. So we're going to be using one. So I just took one car, and then I had to change to ISO so I could get a perfect size. And so I had to crop. So I reduced it a little, but it looks so much little in my eye, but like I think this is perfect. So I just checked if how the driving will be, if it's well positioned, if it's that is it. And tomorrow I'll update you guys on how I added the UI and stuff to just give the game a feel. So guys, at this point it's already day 5, and at this point I just had to start creating the UI to just it won't just be blank, just like put something there and stuff. So I had to create the score, the count score, the coin score, and the best score. I'm supposed to be packaging and exporting my game. Guy, you guys don't know, creating games are sweet and hard. That word, sweet and hard. So because you encounter so many things and you have limited time on your side, so I was just like trying to make sure everything fits in and trying to make sure everything is like aligning well, all the alignments are well and stuff. So I just finalized like the design of the game, and stuff. So yeah, so I started putting everything in place, started adding that touch, adding that feel, added the coin image to give it, like, so you guys know that, oh, this is for the diamond, this was for the coin. I had to run the game to see how everything is coming out, just like the final debugging mission movement as well. So oh my god, I already failed self. Even my own game self, they had me. Boys, well, shall we go again?
Now this marks the end of judging all 4 games, right? Now announcing the winner aspect. We'll be going about this in 2 ways. One, the third judge isn't here, but I sent him all the videos and the games. He has tested everything and seen everything, and he has chosen a winner already. as from his side. But then we are three judges, so majority has to carry the vote, right? So now, based on the rating we gave here, okay, let's start from the third judge. The third judge chose Bolutu Park as his winner. That's Nambol. Can you hear me, please? Nambol. All right. The third judge chose Bolutu Park as his winner. But then I had another winner in mind based on everything I've seen right here. And from the um votes I and Iman gave, the tally came out in this way. Start from team. Me and Iman both judged most scored it over 10-10, so I'll be adding both points, then gauging it over 20. Team scored a 14 points out of 20. Both me and Iman gave him a 7 out of 20. As per, the only thing I didn't quite understand was how everything was meant to go from the beginning. If I had understood it much more properly, it would have been higher because the game looks good. The mechanics coming out from the back of the cyber truck and everything looks very good and very well polished. So team got a 14 out of 20. So I'll be writing that down here. Then going to the next game, Uche's game. Uche's game got a total of 11.5 out of 20. Given the fact that one, the menus were not working and the game was still very much buggy, and if we were to actually play the game, it won't be able to enjoy it as far the game was still buggy. Going to the third person, we have Eosa. Eosa's game Eosa's 7.5. Eosa's game got a total of 12 out of 20. The fact I've stated it just 5 minutes ago. Controls were not understandable fully by me, and also the game wasn't beginner friendly as it's meant to be. I get the whole one chance idea and everything, but still much more has to be done and put into the whole game. Then lastly, we have Bolito Park's game. Bolito Park's game. It has a total. Okay, this is how to actually state this. I actually gave the game a 5 over 10. Why? I don't know, maybe it's because I haven't played it, but then it just doesn't give that adrenaline vibe I wanted. But then other judges had other things in mind. Iman gave the game a 10 over 10, saying every single thing in that game was perfect, bringing the total of that game to a 15 out of 20. And then the third judge also gave it a 10 over 10, bringing Volume Park 2 our overall winner for Clash of Devs Part 2. So the winner for Clash of Devs Season 2 or Part 2 is Bolito Park. As you can see,
So shout out to Bolito Park for the win, and I also want to thank the other participants for partaking in the second edition of Clash of Devs. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know who your winner was in the comment section, and also don't forget to like, share and subscribe the video.